Mm. Never cleaned this off, which is fine. Not a big thing. Hello. Hello and hello. I think that's good. We'll leave it at there. I'm not gonna be over here for too long. I want to move this to the side. I want to do pop out this. Put that down. And then pop out Twitch. What's good? Whoops, sent twice. It only sent once. You're good. What's good? What's good? I still gotta post on Discord so I'm live. What's good? Okay. Let me pop out chat. Good to see you, Fahad. Good to see you. Hope you're doing well. Okay. Now I put the Discord and go over here. I keep thinking about how to properly put it all together on Future City, but it don't matter. As long as it gets put on there, that's all that matters. So, pictures, camera roll, pop, pop. Which should keep. Copy that. Sure, what? Really proud of that. Like, I just don't want to take up that much room, you know? It's too much space. Got save space for other people. I'm gonna do on Instagram. I can put this down. Okay. Okay. Oh, Aria at home. Oh, Ari at home. Ari at home just appeared on my Insta story. I'm very happy. Let me add something to story. Pop, pop. Peppermint, what are you staring at me for? Pop, 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 pop. Okay. I think that posted. Okay. So I got everything covered. Cool. Peppermint. 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 Bubber, 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 bubber. Bubber, 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 min, min, bubber, bubber, min, min, bubber, bubber, min, min, min. Come on up. Careful. Very skillful, very nice. Oh my goodness. Whoa! My lovely girl! What is it? I love you, Jobber. Miss Jobberman. I love you. I love you, Jobbers. Jobber, I love you. Uh, that's fine. I can do. I actually don't mind being like that, but hmm, I guess I'd rather that. I don't know. Can't tell. I shouldn't put things there considering like a laptop stand. But do more than one. I need this for anything right now? I don't think so. Mm, yeah, why not? I'll see how good they are. I got some glasses that are a little scuffed and fucked, but I gotta try it. Gotta give it a shot. I hear the birds of the morning, but it is not morning time. Are birds of the morning and birds of the evening the same thing? It's all just birds. maybe, maybe I need to learn bird sounds. Maybe that's the key. Uh, No, I'm not gonna do Windex. That'll work very doesn't. Ah, not bad. Works. Welcome. You're shaking your hand. This is me shaking your hand. There's this, which I don't think. Was that a lot? later. But this is last on my list. Once we get through all the small stuff, we'll go to the big stuff. Four sword knives seems great. This one seems helpful. This one also seems helpful. I think I still need to look through this. Oh, it's this one. Yeah, this is good too. But I'll keep all of these ones. Put this one here. This one, sure. Oh, that one. But we can start like that. Okay. Gotcha. This is ketchup. Yeah, here I must have, right? I also don't think I did, because it's been that kind of day. You've been scatterbrained all fucking day. I'm going with less stuffed glasses. Because all I see are scratches and smudges. I'm not going to use Windex because I don't want to hurt my eyes. I don't know if that's how it works, but I can still see. So it doesn't matter. Now, here's there's that and there's that and there's that. Okay. So let's just weigh what we got. I feel like when I look at something like this, I just need to look at it for a bit. I need to understand what this means. Mm, Gotta turn on the fan, even if it messes with the audio a little bit. It's not like I'm playing music or anything. But for whoever's watching to do. But definitely think I need to cool off. There's too much. I think there's just too much on my mind. I think I just need to pick something and go forward with it. That's all. It's increments. It doesn't need to be big steps. I had that test. I think I left that test inside, but at some point I'll need to use the bathroom, so I'll go grab it. I'm not worried about that. I got my list of definitions over there covered in ketchup. Starting in the right place. Considering where I'm at right now, I think that's the best thing I could do for myself right now. Doesn't need to be all or nothing. Hmm. All my shit's so fucked, man. Because there's this, right? And it switches from this to these in the morning. So how long does that go on for? Ah, see, what is this? Okay. And then I decide to return to this. Question. Where's this? Well, let me pick one thing. Where did I get this shit? Yes. Dime más, pongo más, dime más, pongo más, yeah, yeah, sí, sí. I don't think I need it. Well, I could. But for my purposes, I think what I'm going to use is more efficient. I don't know. Mm, that's tough. Uh, okay. I like these, but like only. Well, I think what I'm looking for. Hmm. Oh, hello. I didn't see you there. Glad to visit by. What's the origin of the word focus? Or the etymology? What are you researching? It's nice to meet you, zeros and ones. Name's Alex. Um, what is the origin of the word focus or the etymology? Don't know. Cuss? Don't know. It's a two-syllable word, so prefix and suffix. I guess the root would be cus, and fo would be the prefix. Cus, I'd imagine, would be to center on something, and fo, I imagine, would be to do something else. Don't know. What am I researching? Massage therapy. Medical massage therapy. Is it going well? Sure. Nice to meet you. How's your day? Ugh. Oh, and why'd you ask? What's the etymology of the word? You know what? I'll look it up. Why not? We're here. What is the etymology of the word focus? Um, the word focus is a fascinating linguistic journey, or in originating from Latin words, so from the Latin as the word for hearth or fireplace. Literal meaning in ancient Rome in Latin, a focus was the hearth at the center of the Roman home, because the hearth was the central hub for cooking, heating, and gathering, and naturally symbolized the heart of the home and a center of activity. Scientific shift of the leap from a literal fireplace to a point of convergence came in. Are you still with me on this, Myler? Nice to meet you. Yes, massage therapy is super cool. Maybe some of it is extra giving for others. Yeah, yeah. I like the way you think about it. Yeah. The astronomer Johannes Kepler adopted the term for geometry and optics because a lens concentrates scattered rays of light into one burning point like a magnifying glass starting a fire. The Latin word for fireplace became the perfect metaphor. Modern meaning. English writers and thinkers such as Thomas Hobbes introduced the term into the English language in the 1650s. By the late 1700s, the concept of light converging at a central point made it an easy metaphorical leap into a center of attention, activity, or concentration. Fun linguistic fact, because focus literally meant fire/fireplace, it evolved into the everyday word for fire in most Roman languages, such as feu in French and fuego in Spanish and fuoco in Italian. It is also the linguistic root for the English word fuel and focaiza. Focaica? Don't know. That's your lesson. we both, that's my lesson too. We're both learning today. Fukashika, yeah, I'll spell that for you. It's Focaccia. It's a bread. It's a flat oven baked Italian bread similar to pizza dough, known for its dimpled surface, chewy interior, and crispy crust, flavored generously with olive oil, and often topped with herbs like rosemary, salt, and garlic. Great. It's focaccia or something. Something like that. It's a good journey. Yeah, it's a little garlic bread. A little flat garlic bread similar to pizza. I learned a lot today. I hope to learn more. Uh, Fuchsia's a color. Very true. A great color, if I may add. Fuchsia. It's actually my dog's favorite color. Well, it's more of like a light purple in my experience. And again, you're always wearing blue things, Peppermint. And you don't see puddles like I do. So I guess it's like a greenish orangish tint that you see. You see the pretty colors over there. I guess that's cool. You might see something over there. You okay? You comfy? What is what is wow. Look at you. Hmm. Um so you are reading about the depths of knowledge about the anatomy and gathered experiences with therapeutic. I want to learn origins of the words of this word as well. Tara, I'm just sharing my thoughts. Sorry about the disturbance. Not at all. You're fine. It's this is a group experience. It's not a solo project. You know, you're just as much a part of it as I am. Therapeutic, thera, definitely to heal. Putic, something else. But you know what? Fine. We'll do one more. I'll do one more word. But you're okay. Therapeutic, learning about this does help me too. Therapeutic entomology. Okay. Curate. Sure. Oh yeah. Thera therapia, curing, healing, service done to the sick. Therapeuen, to serve, to treat medically, to attend to. English language first adopted the adjective therapeutic, meaning pertaining to healing. Ancient Green component, Tristan. I'm getting lost, but it sounds like you're doing your own research over there too. Uh, I'm learning about massage therapy because it's a topic that interests me. There's other topics that interest me. Um, Everything I'm learning right now is kind of skill gathering. So I'm just learning things in order to gather skills to do more things in the future. So, but again, not a solo show. If I wanted to concretely learn something, I wouldn't be here being one. I am joining your learning energy. Very good. Well, it's good to have you. I'm very happy to have you zeros and ones, if that's how I can refer to you as. Uh, yeah, it's important. It's the brain saying if you don't use it, you lose it. I haven't studied this stuff in a long time, so I've actually been sitting here for a considerable amount of time just staring at it. So things are hard, but they're not impossible. Just take small steps. I'm going to put my chat next to me now so I can read you a little easier. I wonder, do I even have Twitch on this damn phone? I don't. Hold on. I was gonna try and connect my phone so I can have a better camera for today. Decided against it because I haven't had a phone and well, I just got my phone fixed. Haven't had my phone in a while. I had a broken screen. And before that, I had a flip phone for a while. So yeah. Yeah. I would. I appreciate your praise. I will not accept your praise because there's still a lot of work to do. This is still the very early phases of all of this, but it is appreciated. It's more out of an internal need for it, I think. You know, focus on good things. But thank you for having me. Of course, it is important. Very important. Um, cool. Okay, I got my stream manager up. Now I can reach out from my phone, so I think they're going to be a lot easier. I think. I actually don't know. I've never done this before. In terms of communication skills, it's very nice of you to say. It definitely wasn't easily acquired skills. You know, everybody's got to start somewhere, you know? Sharpen some pencils. I just need. Okay, ask the question and find the answer to it. This is a study mission for the next 3 minutes. Okay. Okay. So there's the question that I have. 3 minutes. I'm going to look for a definition on the first thing that I have written in my notes and then clearly define it. I'm going to give myself 3 minutes. Okay. This is not the paper I need. This is the paper I need. Okay. We will define muscle testing. We'll work on that. First, let's do this. Let's do this. This is glossary. I think it's going to be an index. Do muscle testing. MU, muscle tone, muscle tendon, muscle fibers. So it does not have muscle testing listed in this specifically. I'd imagine it would be in physical therapy, but my tool that I have, medical massage theory terminology, structured assessment of a muscle's ability to contract, resist force, and coordinate with surrounding tissue. in order to identify dysfunction, pain generators, or compensation. That's good. I learned, and now I'm gonna write it down. But am I gonna finish writing it down before the timer? I don't know. Give me a little slack. I did half the work. Hold on, hold on. Okay, time. How'd I do? Let me see if it works on my phone. Can I connect the chat from my phone if I back out of the page for a little bit? What if I go? Okay, so it says welcome to Blooper Room's chat. That's fine. Everybody chat. I see nothing. Okay, let me repeat. I'll see you here though. Ding, ding, ding. Repeat the answer. Okay. Yeah, chat's not working on my thing, but that's okay. Structured muscle testing is a structured assessment of a muscle's ability to contract, resist force, and coordinate with surrounding tissue. That's what I got. Thank you for listening. I got a couple other definitions, so I'll work on those. Let me get your. Let me see how I can get this to work consistently, because it looks like that your chat messages aren't popping up on my phone, but I see them clearly on there. At least I have a record of everything. I'm not losing anything. Assessment of ability, very good. Thank you. If anything, I'm a good test taker. That's, it's one of the positives. Okay, so I go here. Look up testing first, maybe. Sounds like a definition. Cool. Surrounding tissue might vary very much. Yes, for sure. Because tissue is all encompassing. It's just the things that surround all of your organs. So having like your liver tissue, the myofascial tissue. I said myofascial, but I didn't say the technical medical terminology definition of liver, so I guess that's something I can find out. Some examples of the jaw versus thigh is very true. These muscles. Lots muscles. Yes. Okay. Let me see what else I can find on here. So, base setup. Well, thank you, Akino. Try my best. We make do with what we got, Akino. What can I say? It's nice to have you. I hope you're doing well today. Oh, you're all good zeros and ones. It's nice to have you. Appreciate the inspiration, the kick in the teeth to just do something. You just got to start with something and you figure out the rest. Just one little thing at a time. Now we do the next thing because I got 6 things written on here. How long have these 6 things been written on here, zeros and ones? I would love to tell you. I'd be a little embarrassed. It's all right, nothing to worry about. What are these 6 things? Muscle testing, neuromuscular therapy, myofascial release, positional release, trigger point therapy, and rehabilitative stretching procedures. Those are my 6. Uh, so I'm gonna learn everything about those. Start with that. If I find some basic definitions in the glossary, I can go with that. And if not, I can look it up on my phone. because I have a phone now. Ugh, what it's like living in the 21st century. Are we in the 22nd? Holy shit. uh, repeat with half a second each between them? Sure. I will repeat it as I am looking for it. Currently, I'm looking for neuromuscular therapy and then myofascial release. Myo spelled MYO. Fascial is skin. Uh, positional release, trigger point therapy, and rehabilitative stretching procedures. Those are the things I need to demonstrate aptitude in. Or at the very least, those are the basis of medical massage therapy and how you can have those as a foundation to expand upon it. Hopefully. Gotta work first, you know? Okay, neuromuscular therapy. That one's first. Very good. Thank you for having me. Neuromuscular. Neuromuscular junction is the point where the motor neuron excites. You can write that down too. You got every one of them a lot of detailed at levels already, just spicing up the way you explain them. The ones that I struggle with the most in terms of lack of experience or knowledge on the subject is muscle testing, rehabilitative stretching procedures, um, and myofascial release. In terms of neuromuscular therapy, that's something that's a little out of my depth at the moment, but it's still something that I'm relatively familiar with just because of those are the main functions of how everything connects. So it all goes into each other already. Uh, well, that's what I'm gonna actually, before I start talking out of my fucking butt, excuse my language, you read a little bit more about this. I'll just focus on that for now and then I can come back. We'll do this. Myofascial spelled Fascial. Hold on, I'll be right with you. Mm, if you're wondering, I'm using AI to help me find answers. Isn't, don't we live in a nice time? It's a good for finding information, that's for sure. If I need to define things in certain aspects, I need to think critically about it. You know, I guess you never take a robot at its first word. Give me one sec, let me finish this. I'll come over to you. So then it's trigger point therapy and then reapproach. The way it connects is the answer. Absolutely. The more you learn about one, the more it informs everything else to be able to come together. It's very nice. Always releasing tension. Deep connection leaving biology. If not the opposite, will help around. I understand. Okay, hold on. The one thing that I have written down on here that I think you like ones and zeros, uh, is the one thing that I want to tackle the most in this particular field is the stress response and its role in creating disease. Stress is so prevalent in everybody. So something like that has the capability of hurting people. So being able to release people of that in a therapeutic way, I feel is super important. And everybody has different ways of being able to release stress from people, whether it's cooking a nice dish, um, or being somebody to talk to, or being somebody who entertains, being somebody who informs, whatever. There's different ways that you can release stress in that way. And the most direct way that I've found is through touch. Pretty cool. All the while has its really good thoughts. Yes. What is stress? It is the continued tension on your body's internal organs, um, based on external pressure. Um, I wouldn't say based on external pressure exclusively. I just think about the way that stress can emanate through your body. Like, if there's something wrong with your liver, then your bladder will feel the stress of having one of your internal organs failing and then having to deal with the weight of that, making it more dysfunctional, more prone to failure in a way. Um, that's what stress is. I think if you're looking for a specific definition, um, it's pressure applied to different parts of living things, or maybe not just living things. If you put stress on like an object, just push it, you're just putting stress on it like upwardly. I hope we're we're generally on the same level right now, the same wavelength. Uh, so bodily, physically is different or contingent on mental stress or psychological strain, pressure, sort of a slow friction, or maybe not slow. I appreciate you too. It depends on the severity of it. It's definitely like everything, a spectrum. The intensity of something like a traumatic event in somebody's life can cause a lot of pressure on the mental side of things. And for stress in a physical side of things or an emotional state or a mental state, I think about it in terms of the three. You got mental, physical, and emotional. You got the three. So as long as you can balance the stress on these three, in terms of spirituality, it's a different thing, different, but that's the three main things that stress impacts is your mental, your physical, and your emotional. If those three things are out of balance, or if one thing is out of balance, it causes stress and pressure on the rest of it. Um, so yeah, maybe it's about maintaining balance. I'll look it up. We'll find out together. Is stress tear and wear? Yes. In a layman's terms, I would say yes. Everything impact on these three things? Yes. Entomology of balance? So I'll leave you to find that out. I'm gonna look up stress. Let me figure this out first. Okay, so while that's work, I'll look up here. Stress entomology. Okay. Entomology, I'm gonna try and read it from here. I don't think I can. But I see my levels are clear, so we're gonna roll it. It derives from the Latin verb, oh fuck, stringere, to draw tight or bind, and its past participle strictus, tight or compress. Old French, these Latin terms evolved into the Old French words estrens, meaning narrowness or oppression, evolution of the meaning, originally used in physics to describe the internal force applied to a material that causes it to deform, strain. The term was widely adopted in the 1930s by endocrinologist Hans Selye to describe biological and physiological tension. Endocrinology is the study of the endocrine system, and the endocrine system is okay. Endocrine glands. I can't find the endocrine system. Endocrine glands are glands that secrete products called hormones directly into the bloodstream. They do not use ducts and are also called ductless glands. Stress impacts hormones, so having the origin of the word come from somebody who is an endocrinologist is cool. It makes sense. Very physical concept. It sounds like cool. What about you? How's the etymology of the word balance coming along for your ones and zeros? It was boring. Cool, leftovers from French. Fantastic. Yeah. I think of the fish. I think of yin and yang. That's my balance. Those are my two yeah, those are my two balance indicators, I suppose. Or whenever I think about balance, those are the two things that I think about. Or these things. Like mental, physical, emotion. It's how we go about it. Okay. Neuromuscular therapy. Clinical approach that uses precise palpitation, sustained pressure, and you should make this a little longer now. Myofascial release, application, uh, flow. I just wrote on the ketchup. Um, strain and counter strain. Positional release is a passive technique that places a dysfunctional muscle or tender point into a position of maximal comfort to reduce spine spindle activity, reset muscle tone, and decrease pain. Okay. Protective guarding. That's the one thing. One thing I really want to learn about. What is this? What did you write down? Right now I'm writing down the 6 things that I'm working on. Right now I'm writing down positional release. It is a passive technique. That places a dysfunctional muscle into. Okay. Then trigger point therapy, assessment and treatment of hyper-irritable nodules and taut muscle bands. Okay. So that is my 6 terms of where I would want to begin. I think it still applies with this. Where did I start with that? I think it's in a book. This one? Oh, sheesh. I really do try, huh? Hmm. Okay. I'm gonna grab my test from inside, and I think I should start working on that. Ugh! Let me take a break. My brain hurts. Jumpers. Oh, hold on. We got a lot of words. Jumpers, hold on. Hold on, jumpers. My dog's back there. My brain hurts. Everything we can do to manipulate and activate responses in biology differs from our outer impulses. In symbiosis, is what we thrive to encourage. But depth of knowledge, words like title of skill, cohabitat, causality, if this then that, rather than this, evaluated greater, a grasp greater than known, relief of pain, but rather than not before leisure. Yeah, for sure. I think it's I think it's very difficult for the reality to match up with the intent when it comes to people. I say this based on my personal experiences and I've had a lot of different conversations and connections with other people who have, you know, if I could borrow your word, have the massive causality be the preceding factor of them making any progress. You always worry about the knockoff effects, I guess you could say. Um, Something that I think that you're trying to get to, uh, in terms of the connection to massage therapy, is having the biological factor of it be able to find respite despite the internal workings of the body on its own. Because in homeostasis, the body functions as normal. Everything moves around as it's supposed to and as it should. In a lack of homeostasis means that things are out of whack. The goal of massage therapy and some of the things that it accomplishes is to increase circulation and be able to uh, indirectly improve the conditions of the symptoms that people deal with. Like chronic pain is a big example. If you have chronic pain in some areas, like for example your shoulder or your elbow, there are origins where those muscles come from, where you apply pressure to, and it gives a therapeutic response and helps ease tension, increase blood flow, and overall improve functionality. Having a massage, a medical massage, having somebody who understands what the inner workings of the anatomy and the physiology and the pathology that humans go through is so important to tackle any issue when coming to when we're dealing with humans or any different living thing. um I hope to be as informed as possible. That's my goal. I know that my technique is okay, but I lack the foundational fundamental confidence that comes from all of the knowledge at my fingertips. So that's why the goal is study, study and chill. What is that other word? Study and be here. Hello, I am here and I am study. That sounds very good and convincing and natural and precise. Study. Yes, I am study. Yeah, I think about this stuff a lot. It's fun. It's interesting. It's it's meaningful. Alright, I'm gonna run through this. So I don't know where this ends and where this begins, but I want to try. Can you explain how focus sometimes is reached by other things, thoughts being out of focus? If this relates to studying these ways, I feel like it might have parallels. Hmm. I like to think of it in a performative aspect. If you have things that occupy your focus, if you have things that are taking up a sort of mental encumbrance, like a weight in your mind, like even something very small, like, you know, not doing the dishes, not doing the catalytic, uh, you know, or maybe something bigger, like knowing that there's a project that you need to work on. Um, it's hard to be able to focus when you have things that are out of focus, if that's what you mean. Uh, I think it's very important for somebody to have a clear mental stack before approaching something that has a gravity, like a weight to it. I think it's just better that way. It's difficult to approach something with a clear mind because everybody's got shit going on. I feel it is, in the same vein, essential to show up. You know, it's hard. I fuck up. You know, I'm a great example of it. I hope that was, you know, I hope that connected with you in some way. I mean, maybe sometimes things don't get focused into some type of paradox. Report. I'm no philosophy major. I am a talented overthinker. And let me read that one more time. Sometimes things don't get focused because you perceive its surroundings. Yeah, yeah. If you know about tunnel vision, where you get very focused or stuck up on one thing and you're unable to perceive the things around it, some people, when it's intentional, will refer to that as the zone, where you're very singularly focused on one task and being able to do it at your maximum capacity. In terms of its surroundings, that's a problem I have. I am very world big, I'm tall, but I'm small, you know? Uh, so that's why I just try to, if this can be any of assistance to you in any way, or maybe people that you know, just surrounding yourself with the things that you want to be more of a part of is the first step, I feel. You fill your surroundings with things that assist rather than things that inhibit. Uh, and making the choices on what is beneficial to you and what is not, it's difficult, I think, for some people to make that determination. Uh, just because I feel people get stuck in modes and phases of, mm, feel focused has a dimensional attribute. Its definition welcomes the ideas of unfocus as much as multifocus. Sounds like you have a very solid ground. Understanding is a big part of it. Uh, and in terms of having a solid ground when it comes to focus, I know the mechanics of focus. I think that's why I might sound informed in this particular subject. I have searched for solutions in my younger days that have led me to this point. Whether it's watching self-help uh, YouTube videos or listening to self-help books, um, where I realized that that was like driving me a little nuts because when you try to optimize every part of your life, you forget to enjoy life. I'm 29. I've had a lot of time to think about this shit. Uh, you don't have to bother with concepts you have mastered, and I respect you. That makes it real for me. Well, that's very nice of you to say ones and zeros. I'm happy to have you. All I can do is be you. You know, it says so in the goal. It's right there. Be here, study. You are helping me do both. I appreciate you challenging my understanding and my foundation. It's important. Uh, yeah. Hmm. Let me do. We'll close that for now. Open this up. In terms of all of the, where do I feel is an important place to really begin? If I receive the final exam, in terms of what it's made of, I think I can do that. Have a percentage and then focus on the percentages of each time. When you think about foundation, what am I weakest at? What am I strongest at? Anatomy is what I'm weakest at easily. Uh, when it comes to the understanding of muscles, hold on, have something for this. Okay, it's reading time. Hmm. You're 29. Soon you will be a little older. Perspective of time will never be understood better than by you. Sounds like you understand a lot yourself. I appreciate you giving me such high praise. I think life is just valuable, and I want to treat it with the respect it deserves. I think that's all. I appreciate hearing this. Hmm, I'm glad. I appreciate the dialogue. Hmm. Traditions is a good way to think about it. You know, we have different ways to honor the living and different ways to appreciate life. I think those rituals should be appreciated. You're all good ones and zeros. It's a checkpoint. It's just a place that's here for you whenever you need it. It doesn't have to be anything. You don't have to put any pressure on yourself. You can always just stay and chill. But if you gotta go, you gotta go. I understand. I appreciate you being here. It means a lot. It really does. Thank you for having me. Mm. Thank you, maestro. Gracias. Until next time. Adios. Excuse Oh, excuse me. Are you yelling at me, Peppermint? What's going on? Oh. And what are you doing, Bobbermint? Chilling? Yeah. Oh, what is it? What is it? Um, what is it? Mm, I gotta use the bathroom. Yes, but need to use the bathroom. I need to go first. Okay? Let me hear it. Okay, I'm leaving.